Hello. Hold on, I'm just gonna plug everything in. Man, I've just had such a struggle kind of getting music and everything together. But, oh, hello, Commander Root. Hi. So, what's really gone on since we last spoke was that I think when I last left you, I was, no, let's think. Actually, the last time you saw me was, I had already told you that I decided to change my outlook and move from using a Chromebook to this sort of carbon copy of my ThinkPad, my work ThinkPad. I'm just going to actually turn down this music, for me at least, because even though I've spent a lot of time getting it so I can hear it. Wait, it went completely quiet. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, I see. Okay. So I actually have got a lot done. If you look at this changelog, how long is this changelog now? Ooh, 400 lines. So a lot of it has just been sort of setting up and organizing my usual setup, but clarifying and consolidating it a little bit, like just making it a lot more sensible from my point of view, and also so that I don't have like instant shame when I show it to anyone else. So things like my dot files are now all nicely organized and put on GitHub, and these little categories. My Z shell resources is like commented and isn't so much of a appalling mess as it used to be. It's been nice. It's particularly as I haven't had like a particular goal apart from getting this all in a way that I can understand. Like there hasn't been some sort of compelling reason to do anything else apart from streaming to you. And the closer I got to thinking that maybe I could start streaming again, the more I started tweaking with all the settings. So so that's what I'm going to continue to do. And I just got to the point where I was like finally fiddling around with like the music and the little comments boxes down at the bottom, and I'm just checking to see whether you can actually hear me. Oh yeah, okay, that's working okay. And then I went, you know what, actually I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go here. I've got music, I've got everything else. I might as well record and show you what I'm doing right now. Record it for posterity, because I mean part of the reason why I'm doing this is actually so that I can have some recordings of me working on all of this stuff. So at some point, you know, I can have it as a sort of video changelog, which seems kind of ridiculous. I mean, am I really going to plow through? But you know, there's always those points where you go, what the hell was I thinking when I wrote this? And the idea of being able to go, oh look, I can go and watch myself talking and find out exactly what I was thinking is extremely appealing. Okay, so what I have is I have a little to do. Oh, I don't like this one. There we go. Let's go to this next track. There we go. Kind of alright. See how that goes. So these are all the things I've done. I got fonts working. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I got fonts working. I got DWM, which is my awesome tiling window manager. Moved over to ZXC. Got keys working. Dot files, metascripts. I got IRC working, which means that I can type down here, which you can't see, but then it appears in the screen, I'm hoping. Whoa, it didn't. Why didn't it work? Oh, I know, because I'm not in the right channel. Okay. I can type down here. See it. Hey everyone. And that means, and I got email working, which is pretty impressive. Actually just email sending, and that's sort of part of what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to like minimize each incremental improvement I'm making. So I needed email, but I wasn't going to spend a lot of time setting up email, reading. I needed email because I'd written my first patch for Guix, sorry, I'm mispronouncing it. My patch for, God, the music, it's going to take some fiddling. Okay. What is this? Yeah. Okay. What's I talking about? Yeah, I did a patch to Guix. So Guix is the package manager I'm experimenting with here, and it's. I'm actually sort of hoping to switch the whole thing from Debian to Guix, but right now I'm using Debian for the base Linux install, and then I'm gonna slowly, and I'm using Guix for some of the package management, and then I'm gonna slowly use Guix's features for installing Debian, and then sort of magically bootstrap into the whole thing. So that's the long-term goal. Why Guile and Guix? I have no real idea, except it's a really small community. They have really big goals, and I feel like I want to explore Lisp and Guile, which Guix is based on, is a scheme language, and scheme is sort of one of the offshoots of Lisp. So it just seems like a thing that's worthy of exploring. And there is sort of a political side to it too. I work at the Electronic Frontier Foundation, and I do a lot of stuff with software freedom and trying to give people autonomy in their digital devices, and and security and privacy. And one of the features of Guix is that its plan is to make everything what's called deterministic. So the idea is that you can start with a seed in your operating system, and so you start with like literally like 50 lines of code that you put onto your computer, and that 50 lines of code is enough to bootstrap, say, a very simple Lisp interpreter. And you've got a C compiler written in that Lisp, and that C compiler can bootstrap TinyCC, and TinyCC is like this C compiler that's just powerful enough to build GCC, and GCC is the C compiler that everyone uses pretty much, and that means you can build pretty much the rest of the GNU system. So that means as long as you can trust those 50 lines, you can trust everything else from that. So it's a trust root. And that's important, right? Because most computers, you have to start trusting all kinds of things. You have to, if you're using Windows, you have to trust Microsoft, and you have to trust your vendor for not putting in backdoors or weird spying software. And even if you're using free software or open source software like Linux, you have to trust that the firmware, the original software underlying everything on your computer is what it says it is. Of course, you still have to trust like hundreds of thousands of people, and you have to trust that like someone hasn't snuck in some sneaky code into Guile or Guix. But the advantage is because all of that's free software, you can look at the code, and so can everyone else. So it's transparent. And if it's transparent, then if somebody does try to sneakily stick something in there, touch wood, everyone would find it and it would be exposed. Also, it means that much more easily you can check to see the software that you're running is the software that everybody else is running. And that's important right now because there are these laws in the UK and Australia where people are trying to require coders to put backdoors in. And the two ways that they're going to do that is they're either going to put backdoors in everyone's machines and you won't know unless you have this trust seed, or they might say, okay, we're just going to target some people with these backdoors. Some people will get completely different software compared to everybody else. And what having a trust seed and what having a deterministic package system means is that you can strongly assert my software is the same. I can check, see if my software is the same as other people's software. And that means that everybody is it's like a herd protection. Like we're not GNU herd, just normal herds. We're all protecting each other. And someone could say, hey, wait, my software isn't the same as yours. What's going on? So it's politically interesting, I guess, for my weird set of politics, and I just like messing around with it, so why not? Okay, so that's kind of where I am with this. Feel free to jump and ask questions in the chat. I mean, and not just about what I'm doing. There's just all of this weird questions, like people have weird questions about GNU. I've been doing all this stuff for 20 years. I work at the Electronic Frontier Foundation. There's a lot of shit going down in digital rights and attacks on the internet right now, and I'm delighted to. I'm happy to answer any questions. Assuming this works. Okay. Did that work? It feels like it worked. Okay, good. Alright. Let's move on. So, what was I doing? I was trying to get my music in for this. The music you're listening to, I got from the Free Music Archive. And because copyright law is insane, but Creative Commons has tried to fix that. I've been looking for Creative Commons licensed music, which means that I'm not going to get a takedown order because I played some music on my stream that allows for commercial use. This is sort of weird. This sort of restricts what I can use because a lot of people have non-commercial licensed software music, which is totally fine, except that I really feel that probably complicates things on things like YouTube and Twitch, right? If Twitch is making millions of dollars, could you argue that that's actually a commercial use? So I just wanted to play a little bit safe and also see what stuff is out there. And I searched for electronic music because I want something blinky blonky in the background, like you can hear now. And it came out with some. It's like 300 tracks, and I'm like, oh god, I don't want to do 300. Like, I was like hand downloading this stuff and clicking on it, and I downloaded enough for this session, and then I thought, I really don't want to do this again. Like, I don't want to do it for like 300 different files. But look, it's got these files here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I like those ones. Let's try it. There, that I liked. It's got little download buttons, and they point to, I guess, something that is a hash, and I got it to list 200 of these on a page. So I figure what I can do is save this page. Let's put it. It's so nice. Look at this. I've got nothing in my top directory. Let's create code therapy here. I actually have a private version of the code therapy folder, but for obvious reasons it's private, so I'm not going to put it here. Although most of it's actually okay. So, alright. So let's call this CC commercial 1. Oh shit, did I not save that? Let's save the next one as well. So the idea is I'm saving these, so I'll be able to like look at the HTML and hopefully extract all of these URLs from the HTML, unless it's all like JavaScript written, in which case, sorry, dynamically generated in JavaScript. In which case it's going to be annoying, but I have some planned solutions for that. Hi there, Virtubull. Hope you're doing okay. Let's see. Alright, so now we have, oh, sorry, if I just typed my Vim commands into the channel. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a look at one of these. Oh, it's quite nicely tidied. It's pretty tidy. A lot of JavaScript though, a bit scary. Maybe it is automatically generated. Oh no, look at this. Look at this, man. Okay. So this looks like we might be able to just pull it out. So let's try one of these. We can download it here. Wait, where did it go? Alright, well, I don't want it saved as that. That does not make me happy. Look at this. It does have like a correct MP3 file name here. I wonder if Guile will Okay, so what I'm looking for here is that it's downloading it based on the original base name. And we sort of want it to, did it redirect? Is that what it was doing? Yes. Okay. So it was relocating here we go. Good old super user. Okay. Content disposition sounds like. Let's try it. Pretty good. All right, so let's go back to where we were. Now the question is, should we do something sophisticated to pull out these references? Let's have a look at where they are. Well, what it looks like to me is that they're all got the title download on the icon arrow. So we could do a search for either title download. Hey AVH. And pull that out using a selector of some kind. So we could either focus on it being a class or a title. What I'm doing here is, for those who just joined, is I have a bunch of music that I can stream for free because of the generosity of the creators. They've CC licensed it. I did a search for that in the Free Music Archive, and now I just want to download all of those. So I think the easiest thing is probably to use a command line thing that extracts either XPath or CSS selectors. And I think I've used one of those before. Let me see. Online. I really feel I have. Okay, here we go. I wouldn't use this too much. It's not very reliable. I only need to use it once. Yes, right. Okay. XPub. What is XPub? It's got a good name. What is pub? Passing HTML in the command line. Pretty much what I want. Have I got Go? Probably. If I don't. Or should I use Guile and be all minimalistic about it? Well, let's have a look a bit more at Go. Oh look, I could just do a direct download. Sounds not really in the spirit of my compile everything from scratch, but I'm not too worried. So that's sweet, they've got a Plan 9 version of it. Well, let's try it out. So what do we do with pub? Okay. So we give pub a program. Hey, if there's anything like hinky with my stream, let me know, because this is the first time I've set it up with this new setup. So if the mic's too loud or the music's too loud, or you see something a bit niggling about the screen, just jump in and tell me, because this is my meta. I'm trying to fix my stream before doing something a little bit more structured. Okay. Now I have to think of my selectors. Guess. Let's try that. Nice. All right. How does it work? Is it? Well, let's grep download. Hopefully, yeah. All right. So, how great. That's a relief. Hopefully, my thank you AVH4. Hopefully it's a combination of my creaky voice and strange that I do not like that. I do not like people singing like that. It's a problem with, like, you know, just robotically downloading my music. I'm gonna have to like filter it a little bit. Okay, I don't want you to. I'm gonna have to. Full stop. Okay, so hopefully I should be able to say icon arrow. Okay. Well, then we just set out everything before a comma. Let's see if that works. No, apparently not. There we go. And then another said, so there was an article I saw that described the beauty of piping is that you can do this sort of interactive editing of it. That you can have more complicated ways of doing what I'm doing here, which is sort of taking a result, then piping it through something else, and then producing something else, and things like PowerShell on Windows doesn't just mess with text. I'm just fiddling with the text here and saying this command here is like take everything before, this means everything up until a quote and then an H, and then just replace it with an H. So that's basically like stripping everything before the H. And PowerShell has a more complicated piping system, because you're like, well, I'm not really piping text here, I'm actually piping HTML. I should be able to do this kind of selecting on it as it goes through. But it turns out that that's much harder to fiddle with, they said. So this sort of interactive building of stuff gives you instant visual feedback. I'm not sure I'd buy that. I actually thinking about it, because it's not like doing these regular expressions is ever that easy. But it's an interesting theory as to why. And then let's do this with, I think it's, oh shit. Alright, let's see. We got music list 1, music list 2. Oh yeah, that's job Kevin. Yeah, it's true. Well, let's start with the music first, and then I'm going to play the music, and then I think I probably will manually classify them, frankly. It's not going to be quite as clever. 318 songs, that was pretty much what they said they had when I looked at the Free Music Archive. They said I have 318 tracks, which are electronic, only instrumentals. Some of these are not instrumentals, and allowing for commercial use. I think commercial use in the is the thing that if I was to turn on allowing for commercial use, I think I would get a lot more tracks. Alright, well, I think now it's just a matter of saying, trying to remember my I always forget this. Maybe I can just zogs it. Seems like I could. Is that how you do it? I'm sure there's an easy way of doing this too, but let's... Is that what that's doing? doing it all wrong. Oh, okay. Why doesn't it echo the hello? That's really strange to me. Well, I guess it's working. I think -C is the thing that will clobber. Good. This is too good. This is too successful. I need to make it more complicated. Just something in the back of my head is saying that there's something wrong here. Should I listen to that? Let's do it. Wait. Suddenly, there we go. Let's try that. Why did it suddenly not pay attention to the no content disposition? That's so weird. Does it rename it afterwards? Well, I guess sometimes things are just a mystery. I can live with that. Oh, I think I was thinking about setting this up so it ran in parallel, but no, we can just set this going. No big problem. I see. So I think maybe it saves it to the original file first. The original file name. That seems weird. The Zargs freaks me out a little bit. Let's just double check. Yeah, no, it's downloading it all okay. Huh. It's just something here that I'm not quite understanding. Okay, well that's running all right. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is when these things are playing, I want them to show in that little explainer window I have on the bottom right, maybe just there, over there, or maybe over there, can't work it out, and have that just say currently playing, which shouldn't be too hard, he says bravely. Like, I bet there's some way of, let's have a look, Clementine track PI. Why doesn't continues MySQL? What's an SQLite database? I sort of feel like it must be. Wow, how can you have? Wow. That's a lot of issues. Have they been updating it recently? Is this one of those things where it's kind of abandoned? Oh, look at that. These people need some help with their issues. Maybe I'll mess around with that for a bit. What's this? Oh, I see, those are third-party tools. Does it talk on dbus? Yes, it does. Hey, CAVH. Let's see. Okay, less promising. Ah. That's not what I asked for. Aha! Oh, look at this! Even if it has the Creative Commons thing. This could work very well. Boring art. Oh no! I accidentally killed my terminal. It's not good. Okay, well, unfortunately, it appears to have downloaded everything, which means it's time to download the other one. Oh, you probably can't see that. Hold on. There we go. Hi everyone, I'm back. Back on the IRC, that is. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Well, thank you. Someone on Mastodon saying thanks. Let's see. Get my server backups working. Hey, excellent. I'm really happy that happened. Okay. Love Mastodon. So much nicer than Twitter, for at least the people I interact with. Let's see. This is almost done, I guess. So we had this dbus command that we could run, and it will pull out everything that we need to know about this. That's interesting. Okay, well, I suppose I should do something with that. What happens if we go there? Oh, look, it does have a nice little graphic. We good. I could do something with that. Okay, I could just buy it. Okay. He's so cool. Okay, so now I have a shitload of CC licensed music. Well, I guess the first thing I could do is actually move it into my there we go. Nice. Alright, what I should do is be a good internet citizen and tidy up my code for doing this. Okay, so let's put this in my to-do, just so. Clementine actually playing my... Oh yeah, look, it's pulled in all that music and is now playing it. Fantastic. I don't know how to play the piano. It's hilarious and terrible, and was the first thing I found on this. I hope there's a way of saying never play that again. You'll hear it in a moment, though. Yeah. that's all of them. Certainly seems like a lot. Yep. Yeah, this is titled, I Don't Know How to Play the Piano. It is what it says on the tin. Okay. What a good little utility. Huh. I really like that. There we go. Nice. If that will really work. So, there we go. All right, let's say, supposing we wanted to find everything that was classical. Oh, you can add. Okay, let's find everything that's classical. And it's for commercial use. Go. So we grab that. We say, how many was that? 165, 56 tracks. That's so weird. Okay, first of all, let's just put pup somewhere temporarily where it can be found. I wonder if Guix has pup. No. Okay. It's working. That is fantastic, actually. Wait, it only did 115 files. Oh, because it's only listing 115 files. Alright, let's try 200. Oops. I wonder if that's a sort of anti sort of throttling thing at the Free Music Archive. Well, if it is, it should break this time as well. No, it feels like something weird with either wget or zargs. That I'm hitting them up so much, I should probably donate to them. Oh, I see. Git split. Interesting. So is the Free Music Archive run by Git split? Interesting. Oh, that's great. Great, now I have some more music. Now, just come to notice that. Not what I meant. Okay, it's picked up everything twice now, which is not what I wanted. Doot. Great, now that's all. Now there are 3 copies and everything.
still streaming?
I am, but I can stop. Okay, I am gonna stop streaming because I have all my songs now. So, thanks for watching.